Hi, my name's Gorran Kendall, and you're watching TLS.
Hi, I'm Mike, and you're watching TLS. We're here at the South Lane Studios, and I'm joined by Gorran Kendall. Gorran, nice to meet you.
Hello, how you doing, mate? You right?
I'm fantastic. It really is a pleasure to meet you. I've known about you for a while, but it is nice to have you here by yourself. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, I come down from Southampton today, actually. Been back home, sort of meandering around a little bit. Trains are awful. Pretty tight. Took about 3.5 hours, whereas it shouldn't have done. But took my guitar out on the platform at Barnum, was playing a little bit. Met two lovely ladies who had decided to leave the kids at home for the day and go out and have some cocktails instead. Just got chatting with them. They made it slightly more interesting on the way back. But I'm here now, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for making that what sounds like maybe not so horrible at points, but a pretty tough journey. So I think it's fair to say most people would know you from sort of busking around Brighton, especially the people would recognise your face from Brighton, and inevitably you and your sort of other projects, they go viral every now and again. What is it about a busking video that sort of has that power to just sort of blow up?
I think it's because it's more organic. It's more tangible. You know, when something has like a high production value, it's got loads of money in it, almost sort of seems a bit otherworldly and less sort of accessible. Whereas someone sees a video of a band playing in a street, they could be there. That could just happen to anyone and everyone. You know what I mean? I think as well, the success of those videos and it being sort of out of the street is because, again, that high production value that we're used to seeing on, like, you know, Netflix and bloody everything, music industry, it's also produced. That's why that does. It's more off the cuff, you know.
That word organic, I think, is really important. And I think that maybe that's why vinyl has come back in a big way in the past few years. People want that word tangible. They want to be able to feel
it. Exactly. Yeah.
You've been busking for a long time. What would be your advice for someone who wants to get out and start busking? Obviously, it helps to be a fantastic musician.
When I started, I was dreadful. I made like £10 or something on my first couple of things. But I started going out with friends, actually, originally as a band. We'd just go out on a Friday night just for the fun of it, spend all the money on beer and just have a bit of a party in the street. I guess that's what we're still doing now. But anyway, advice is just do it. Do it as much as possible. I started doing it when I finished uni. I was paying the rent with it for about 2 years and going out and just that consistent playing every day, train the musicianship so much when you have to go out and you're sort of forced to practice and you're forced to play. It kills the love of it a little bit sometimes on a cold February morning.
It's also quite a lot different, I imagine, to like performing on a stage. What sort of attracted you to busking originally?
I mean, I guess those nights just with friends, it was sort of that kind of, but I used to play. Now I prefer it. It's probably the best. It's the way I like playing the best. It's so like you can just, there's no expectation. Anyone walking past, they can either stop and listen, and if they don't like it, they can just leave. Whereas if you're at a gig or a pub, you're doing a pub gig or something like that, you're sort of like trying to play the crowd or entertain people or whatever. It's probably more in your own head, at least for me anyway. But when I'm out busking, I can play like a 7-minute Bob Dylan song if I want to. You know, not always I'll pick songs, sometimes that are a bit more well suited to getting a few drops or whatever. But it's the informality of it, really.
It sounds quite freeing.
Yeah, it is. For a long time, I didn't use an amp or anything either. I had this real, like, Dust Bowl sort of approach where I just sort of rock up with my guitar and open the case and take it out and just start playing. And I loved that. It was a lot lighter and a lot less hassle, for sure. The day I started using an amp, it's just like vocally you can do so much more with a microphone. People can hear you as well.
Were all the core fans distraught like when Dylan went electric?
Sort of like that, yeah. I don't go to George Street anymore. It was nice because the old people used to walk past and say, it's really nice to see a busker that's not using amplification or whatever, but ashamed to go back there now,
Can you tell a good busking spot? So I want to make some money here today.
Yeah, George Street's great in Hove. Churchill Square, Ship Street. I quite like playing on Ship Street, just round the corner from here in the South Lanes, because it sort of fits with the charm of what I'm doing. Although the beach has started, obviously quite good during summer. They've started developing a lot of the beach and stuff like that. So by that upside down house, that's quite good too.
What would be a bad busking spot? Obviously, there's if there's nobody going there. But is there anywhere you've been that you thought, God, I should have made more money here?
I can't think of anywhere it's like particularly bad. I used to play on Gardner Street, I think it's called, the one with Comedia on it. There was a shop there for a long time that didn't have anyone in, and that was okay. But it's really...
Were you blocking the doorway?
Yeah. No, so there was no shop there, there was, so it was it's not, you can't really play it. It's more a question of where you can get away with it, because there's no real law to it in Brighton. There's no regulation. They say you're not allowed to use amps, but everyone does. There's a couple places you kind of can't play, like Churchill Square in the shopping centre or something like that. No, yeah, it's more about where you're going to get complaints.
Sure enough. I know you've been playing music, not just busking, you've been playing music for a long time. Was there a particular moment or maybe a person that inspired you to start playing music?
I don't know. I started playing violin when I was like 6 or 7, and then I can't play anymore at all. I really want to. There was just like a performance I saw in school, in primary school, I think, and I was just like, wow, that sounds sick. And then was taking piano lessons, and then sort of, I guess, my dad played guitar. The guitar I played for a long time was his first one. Yeah, just grew up sort of around music and playing it,
Lots of different music played in your house, I suspect.
Yeah, a lot of like 70s rock, like Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and Queen and that sort of stuff.
So your latest release, After Hours, came out just this past month. What's the reception been like?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I started doing my band, The Big Push, in 2017, and it started getting a bit more serious in 2019. Approaching the end of 2017, when we started the band, I was just really feeling a bit done with music and even my own stuff as well. I thought I'll try this band out for a bit, see how it does, and it did really bloody well. I didn't do my solo stuff for about 4 or 5 years, and I kind of started taking it up again. And I recorded these songs really just because the other boys were doing their solo stuff alongside, and I just kind of felt like I have nothing to show as far as people know. I'm just a singer or a bass player in this band or whatever. So I just took a bunch of songs that I had over the last few years and recorded them. Doing them, these acoustic tracks, was just the easiest thing to do. I could literally just go in, and I recorded it all live as well. There's no like click track or anything. I didn't even use headphones. I think I play better in a live setting where I'm just sort of feeling and delivering the music. That's basically what these songs are as a result, and they're very bare bones. The engineer was sort of like putting all this reverb and stuff, and I was like, no, take it back. So it's ending up being really stripped back. And I would say because of that, they don't have a whole load of sort of commercial weight, but they're more sort of just for me an expression. And if I share that with people and they like it, then that's like a whole nother level of fulfillment, an artistic sort of fulfillment, So, and making the album artwork was fun as well. It's like a collage, like just a day spent cutting shit up on the carpet,
So that was handmade there.
Yeah. I've got the original thing. It's like that big.
Wow. I mean, I think if it had been to a click track and it had been all effects, it would have lost the the charm. And then again with the album cover, if it had just been something on Photoshop, it wouldn't have been as genuine to the music.
That's it, yeah. And the songs are of that sort of ilk as well, so it's kind of keeping it all organic,
There's that word again.
Yeah.
What can we expect to see from you for the rest of the year?
I've got another video lined up that I'm going to put out. It's a live video. I've been working with the same videographer for a while. He's absolutely amazing. And they're sort of charming, roamy kind of things. I'm probably going to go away and do some traveling again. Even the last sort of 4 or 5 days, I've been kind of hoofing it a little bit. I've been back west around like Bournemouth and Southampton and stuff. And yeah, I think I've got a friend in the south of France, so I might just hitchhike down there and then meet him and then go on to Barcelona or something like that. Do a bit of busking and just sort of roaming around, and maybe I'll try and get something out of that towards, any kind of music career, or I might just leave the phone at home. I'm not sure. I might take it with, I don't know.
That sounds really exciting. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for talking to me, and see you next time. Bye.